proved today that activism matters, and never doesn't always mean never. The NFL's Washington Redskins are changing the team name and the team's Native American logo, a name and a logo many found offensive.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka the Human Centipede. Never actually seen that movie, but hopefully I'm saying it right. With my co-host.
How many sections are you? 8,
Like
12,
I said, I've never seen the
24?
movie, so I
Oh.
don't know if I'm saying it right. The good section. The meaty section.
Oh, I meant how many sections? Oh, you're in the middle? You can be in the middle.
Maybe I need to watch that movie with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka the Red Velvet Cupcake.
Canceled. Canceled. And we are back with another episode. And yeah, just want to I guess we're finally in July now. So we finally got out of June. Now we're in July with another episode, and we're going to kick this off with, I hate to do this, but we had a celebrity death going on.
Couple,
so
yeah, we had a couple, man.
Like 2. And I hate it when it's back to back, because the thing is, okay, remember when Michael Jackson died? So Michael Jackson died and Farrah Fawcett died on the exact same day. Now Farrah Fawcett died early. She's from Charlie's Angels, blah, 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 stuff. Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. So we completely forgot about Farrah Fawcett dying. So it's a shame when, 2 people die on the same day, because then you have to, pay your respects on the same day. So first off, I guess we can start with this. Rest in peace to Kelly Preston.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking.
That was shocking. But the thing is, they said that, and of course, she's been in the news. She didn't want people to know her business, but she has, she died from breast cancer and actually been battling this for two years and lost the battle. So that's a shocker there. Like I said, Kelly Preston has been around since forever. In the news.
She was in a bunch of horror movies. I remember as a kid. Like she was
in the 80s.
Christine. John Carpenter's Christine.
She was in Christine.
Yeah, she was in Christine. A bunch of like teeny bopper movies as the hot chick.
That's what I was going to say, because in the 80s, she was a baddie in the 80s. I don't know if people remember that, but yeah, because I remember her
Twins.
From Twins. That's where I remember her from. Twins. Yeah, she's Tom Schwarzenegger's girlfriend in that. So loved her in that one. And the thing is, she also got married to John Travolta. As a matter of fact, they were still married at the time.
From Dusk Till Dawn. She had a little bit part in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Bullshit. She was in it.
As the news reporter. She was like the news reporter that gives the stats on all the deaths.
And I got to watch the movie again.
Yeah. Just a bit cameo, Like, Tarantino always had the cameos from the stars and shit. And everybody wants to be in their movies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So she got a little bit part in that.
Okay. Did not know that. That is trivia that I will use for some time. So rest in peace to Kelly Preston. And it was really sad about it. They had a death with their son a couple years ago.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's tough on John Travolta. So he lost his son, then he lost, his wife. So yeah, prayers out for everybody in that. And this one, Eli, I don't know how familiar you are with this next one, but this was actually pretty interesting when I started digging in, like who she was. And it's very interesting. So this is Naya Rivera. Let me get a better picture. I like that.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with their stuff, but I heard about this.
Okay,
this is sad.
Yeah, so this is sad. So the thing about her, she's actually pretty interesting. When I started figuring out about her, so like I said, she was on Glee. Eli, were you a big Glee fan?
No, I tried watching it because I heard there's that woman with Down syndrome on the show.
Yes, she was on there.
I have a child with Down syndrome, so I tried to watch it, but I ain't into musicals at all, so I couldn't hang.
Okay. I don't blame you. I did watch, I think, like the first two seasons of Glee, because it was on Netflix, or maybe still be on Netflix for a while. Pretty interesting. She was pretty much the mean girl cheerleader on the show, but she could sing her ass off like everybody else on the show, so she was interesting. What I didn't know is that she was also, and I'm trying to look this up, she was like a child actress, and she played in like a bunch of shit, like on those ABC shows like Family Matters and Smart Guy and Sister and all stuff like that. She was always, I think, My Wife and Kids. She was always that girl that just showed up and was like the love interest of whoever the little boy was on the show. So she was like the show with Urkel on there. And like I said, she grew up. She was on Glee. And the thing was, she was on Glee. She was almost like kind of like a breakout star. Nobody knew she was a child actress. So she broke out. She was like doing all kind of Maximum Hot 100. She was like on Maximum Hot 100 like every year and stuff like that. Trying to think what else we got. And like I said, here's how you know she was hot. Because she dated David Spade. Because we've already talked about it before. Comedians,
well, good for him.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Comedians always get hot chicks. That's just what happens. I don't know what it is about comedians.
You're so funny. You're funny.
Oh man, I don't get it. What is up with comedians? Should I go on Saturday Night Live? Eli, we're going on Saturday Night Live. Fuck that. We're auditioning next year.
Make them laugh. They like
Make them laugh.
laughing.
That's all we have to do. We're trying out for Saturday Night Live next year. Groupies, get on board now because we're gonna have too many next year when we get recruited. Yeah. And here's the funny thing about it. Like, okay, because like I said, she was famous. She dated David Spade. She also dated like athletes and rappers, things like that. Eli, do you remember this song, I Don't Fuck With You? Okay, I didn't want to sing it, but
is it always on like a GIF or something?
Probably
where somebody's falling, it's a fail, and then or something happens to somebody, and
it's the song. I don't.
You.
That song. Okay, so you know the song.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I hope I don't have to sing the song.
No, good.
Okay, no, I'm not. Fuck that. But the reason I bring that up is because that's his ex-girlfriend, the guy that rapped that song, Big Sean.
Oh, so she inspired that.
Yes. It wasn't even like, did you do that? Because a lot of time when rappers do stuff like that, like, who are you talking about this person? They'll be like, oh no, you just got to read it to my lyrics. No, he did. He was like, no, it's about her. Like he just flat out said it. So, yeah, rest in peace to her. But like I said, she's a cool actress, but yeah, that's just funny on there. Hold on, we got Iron Man. I used to watch it with. I don't know what you watched with your mom. What? I hope it was Glee? Family Matters and not
talking about Glee or something. Or
I hope he's talking about Glee and not talking about one of the Kelly Preston movies. Back in the 80s. Because yeah, but rest in peace to them. Okay, so like I said, we got that out the way. Eli, let's get to the big boy.
The big boy.
The big boy. Yeah. I'm gonna back away from this.
Big Willie style.
Fuck Big Willie. Who gives a fuck who's railing his wife, man?
Yes, fuck Big Willie.
I'm like you now. I'm hanging around you too much. I can't say this on my private time. Like, fuck Will Smith. You're blasphemous. I just don't feel like talking about it right now. We got other shit to deal with. But the point we want to deal with is that we finally, the Washington Redskins have finally did it. They have finally removed not only the name, they've also removed the logo and the mascot. Hold on, we got another one.
Yeah, it was Glee. He's saying it was Glee.
It was Glee. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, Glee was actually a good show. People shit on the show, but it was actually a good show. And also, I guess the people are saying that that show is cursed because there was another guy on the show that committed suicide.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, but he was like a pedo or something like that, and he was about to be convicted. So he's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that show was fucked up, But yeah, anyway, we're going back to it. Let's talk about this because this is actually some pretty big, heavy news on this because the Washington Redskins have changed their logo, changed the mascot. They are going to release a new logo and a new mascot, but they have not released it yet what it's going to be. So that being said, I'm going to back all the way the fuck back and let Eli take care of this.
Oh, is it token engine time?
Yes, that's why you're on the show. That's
from the land of sky blue waters.
Just like when anytime Outright Geekery needs when Black History Month, Leroy, write this article.
Well, I haven't. I mean, yeah, this has been a long time coming. I mean, it's been getting some push for the past few weeks. I mean, in light of the riots, that's happened, and everybody's sort of checking their racial cards. This has been back in the news once again. Mm-hmm. This has been going on for decades. People don't know that. My mom actually was at the Super Bowl back in 1991 here in Minneapolis when the Redskins were playing the Super Bowl and they were protesting back then. I was in high school. So this has been going on for decades, even before I knew about that. So this is not anything new. They have been fighting to change this name for a very long time. And yes, in the past few weeks, this has been getting attention. I've been remained silent on it for the most part because it's the same old argument. It's the same old shit. You're saying the same shit over and over. And I've been saying it for years, but I guess I can say something now.
Right.
I guess I'll say something. So where to start?
Let them use you.
Yeah. I guess it's nice to know that finally one sports team is no longer publicly insulting Native Americans anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a nice small step toward the right direction. I do think it kind of sucks that they're only changing it because they're losing money and not because it's the right thing to do. You know,
Right.
they're not going to get their stadium or whatever the fuck. So they got.
I mean, it's the same thing with Mississippi and the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Why they doing this now? Yeah.
They're losing money not because it's the right thing. So, so this whole I think they're going to use this as as an excuse to pretend that racism is done. You know what I mean? That, this is going to become like the new MAGA hat or the new Confederate flag. I mean, I think people are going to they're going to wear the Redskins logo and stuff as some sort of rebellious pride to pretend they're being victimized about losing their freedoms and all that shit.
Right.
And, like they're losing their rights and all that, even when all actuality, they don't want darkies to remain silent or be invisible.
Right, because they know any people. The microscope is on everybody nowadays.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is like, they're gonna or they're gonna use it as an excuse to say racism is over, like when Obama became president.
Right.
Oh, there's a black president. Racism's done.
Right. Then Trump gets in there and is back.
Yeah. It's still going on. Yeah.
Right.
I've been seeing the backlash.
See, we got a black man in the office. It's over.
See?
All lives matter.
Yeah, like I said, this is just, it all comes back to them feeling threatened about their way of thinking being, not being the only way of thinking. You know what I mean? That the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant Judeo-Christian perspective is the default way of thinking in most of the world.
Right, and everything else is ethnic, minority, whatever.
Yeah, is an other. You check the other box. Yeah, like you said, checking boxes. That's the other. So that perspective is what basically rules the world, and their comfort in that perspective. And this challenges that way of thinking. That's why they're feeling threatened. They're just so comfortable in their position of racial, supremacy that any other way of thinking, is a threat to them.
Right.
They make excuses like, I don't, it doesn't offend me. Why is it offensive to you? Blah, blah, blah. Because they're not the minority. They don't understand that. They don't get that. They make excuses. They want to say, oh, it's honor. We're honoring Indians and all that shit, which is bullshit because there's no honor in it. There is none.
Especially since it's a racial slur.
Yeah, all the shit that the fans do, all these sports fans dressing up in headdresses with the war paint and the red face and woo 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 and hooting and hollering with the tomahawk chops.
Right.
That's the same shit that kids used to make fun of me with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because if you play it off like a mascot, right? That's what, and that's the only thing people see.
There's no honor in it. The name refers to the native adversary. You're honoring fear mongering of natives. You're referring to when natives were the enemies of the country and were a threat to white expansion. So that's what that's referring to. You're naming your team after monsters, basically. Back when Indians were considered the boogeymen.
Right.
That's what that is referring to. So people who don't find it offensive is just proving that they're ignorant. That they
can't see through the lens of anybody else. They can't see past their own, perspective.
they lack the understanding of a different perspective.
Mhm.
You know, because they don't think it's a big deal, but it is. It is a
Right.
big deal.
because it's not a
been
big deal to them.
Yeah, it's
Right.
been a big deal for a long time. You're just not listening to the people who do think it's a big deal.
Right. Just like
You
Trump
know?
saying he invented Juneteenth. No, it's been around before you said it.
Yeah. I mean, because it's been proven. It's been proven that stereotypes have a negative effect on the people that are being stereotyped.
Absolutely. Like why about people getting shot left and right? That's why.
Yes.
Because you only see what you see on TV or what you perspective, so you automatically see that person as a threat.
Yeah, stereotypes have it affects their self-esteem. It affects how they view themselves, how their outlook on life is. It makes them feel like lesser citizens, and other people view them as lesser than.
Right.
And sports teams. I mean, racism against natives in particular is so normalized in our world. It's just so tolerated and accepted, and these sports teams have allowed that. They have contributed to the dehumanizing of Native people.
Right, because what's bigger than professional sports or football?
Yeah. Yeah, by presenting natives as these cartoon characters.
Mhm.
So yeah, negative stereotypes have a negative effect on the people. Why do you think I hate every native character in comic books, in movies, in TV?
I damn got to put a gun to your head to make you read X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, it's all these negative stereotypes. They just feed into this negative image of who I thought I was supposed to be. It's like I almost, every time I see a native on TV, it's either, like I said, a sports jersey or a Halloween costume, or or it's a documentary during Thanksgiving. Or John Wayne's always kicking our asses. Indians were always losers. Or they're like I said, cartoony cavemen running around with feathers and
Cowboys and
drawers.
Indians, just like cops and robbers, right?
Yeah, they're just cartoony clowns, and I hated all of it. It's almost like I resented that part of myself. It's like Indians are a bunch of losers. I don't want to be an Indian. I don't, and that was like I rejected my native identity. I didn't want to be a native as a kid. All my heroes didn't look like me, and that's because all I saw of native representation were these cartoony, clowns.
Right. You saw Kevin Costner, being a hero, and
Yeah. So I mean, and we have yet to have seen. So even though they're changing the name of the Redskins, there's still a long way to go, because we have yet to have seen a Native American family sitcom on primetime American television.
Right. Where's your version of Fresh Off the Boat?
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't exist. Has not ever existed. So I mean, and to non-natives, that stereotype, those images, it's a novelty to them. They think it's intriguing. They like the stereotype. There's a fascination with the lawless heathen, the wild savage, because it represents a time period in this country, when the West was wild and untamed, a time period before, white man laws and civilization made their lives boring and mundane. So they hold on to these stereotypes because, they're fascinated with that savage, untamed, primal caveman or whatever, you know what I mean? That uncivilized world, there's a fascination in that. So they want to hold on to these stereotypes. They're in love with these stereotypes. They like that image of the godless, savage, wild savage, or the hypersexualized Indian princess who's a submissive sex slave. They want to keep those. They want to keep that shit, because when they define us, that's their definition of who we are. And by defining us, they were able to colonize us. They were able to, by dehumanizing us, they were able to wipe us out. It was just easy. So this is all about, this changing of the name is just one step closer to us defining ourselves. Indigenous people are finally going to define who we are and not them. We're no longer going to be their definition. We're going to define who we are, because they don't want the real native perspective or identity. They want that stereotype because it's easier.
Just a
you know?
two-dimensional mascot version of it, right?
Yeah. So yeah. So if it wasn't a big deal to them to publicly insult my people for the past 100 years, then it's going to be no big deal for them to root for another team.
Yep.
You know?
Right, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna like, why should changing a racial stereotype should offend you? You would think that's what we all would want, you know.
Yeah,
but,
you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine.
Right.
Now, do
you think it's gonna get the ball rolling? Because like I said, the Washington Redskins is the tip of the iceberg. So what about the Cleveland Indians, the Atlanta Braves, you know?
Yeah, I had no idea. I just found this out recently, but the Chicago Blackhawks, you know, who I'm a fan of. I'll watch some Blackhawks. I like watching hockey. And Chicago, they're just a hop, skip, and a jump from where I'm at here in the Twin Cities. And I'll root. I have rooted for the Blackhawks before, but I just now learned that the Blackhawks are named after their chief. That was a chief.
I mean, have you ever seen the mascot?
Yeah, I've seen the mascot, and I didn't really mind it. I didn't understand, like, okay, it's a Black Hawk, but why are you got an Indian head? And then I found out that it was the chief. I was, okay, so you named your team after a real life person. You know, you never see, they're not going to say like the Washington Martin Luther Kings or the New York Jesus Christs. You know what I mean?
Or
why is it okay to take our real people and turn them into cartoons?
Right.
You know.
But the thing is, what we're starting to figure out that if you want change done, you hurt them in where it hurts the most. Hurt their pockets.
Yeah.
That's where if you want to get shit done, that's how you get shit done.
And I think because of the riots, because of we have the biggest civil rights movement going on right now, I think that the momentum from that got this rolling. And Black Lives Matter, all that shit. Big ups to y'all for keeping up the struggle and representing. And like I said, it's all connected. You got
the ball rolling. That's the main thing.
You know, Black folks' reparations and Native folks' treaty rights are, they're connected.
Hey, if we get our shit, Eli, you get your shit.
Yeah. We got a whole shit ton of comics here. How would?
Yeah, we got a bunch of. Hey, keep the comments coming, guys. Yeah. You bring them. We're gonna call them out.
Shout out to all you guys for
absolutely
listening. Okay, Cleveland Indians is absolute garbage name, and that dude's it's a cartoon. You know, it's a red faced smile like the Joker. It's a red Joker with a fucking feather in his hair.
Right. So. So now that we got that done, hopefully we can get the Milwaukee Bucks taken care of next. But that's another topic for another day. Let's move on to something a little bit lighter that I know every other YouTuber besides us hate, but I guess they might like it, I guess. So let's talk about that. The CW has cast a new Batwoman.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's excited, but not really excited because nobody watched the show, but everybody hates the show. That's the funny thing about it, because here's the thing, Eli. I'm going to say something that's going to surprise you for a second. I think they should have picked somebody else.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm not excited about the casting. I don't even know who this is. I just know she's flat out gorgeous, but I mean,
she's hot.
Yeah, but as far as like acting, I know nothing about her. But
I might watch it now because she is.
I mean, because she's going to make out with other chicks, so you're like,
yeah, I
watched for the plot. This is the plot.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. I didn't find Ruby Rose hot. I think she looked like a shitty member of an emo metal band and shit.
And that's the funny thing about it. Yes, she is mad bad. Listen, now here's the funny thing about Ruby Rose. Everybody was pissed about her because, some people was pissed because they said they were pandering by casting, a gay woman to play Batwoman. But the gay community, from what I'm hearing, were pissed about Ruby Rose because they're saying she's not gay enough.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is not gay enough? What does she have to do to be gayer?
Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't know, but people just pissed off about this. But the thing is, this actress, I don't know her name, don't know who she's playing, whatever like that. The point is, she's also bisexual. People getting pissed because, why she got to be bisexual? Why she got to be cast bisexual? Because Batwoman is a bisexual character in the movie. I mean, in the TV show. Yes, we know it's a completely different character, but it's something already building up as, LGBT. Might as well keep that train going, Now you can ask, why is that making a big deal? Why can't she just be LGBT and not, announce it with a bullhorn, everybody? let's be honest, it's 2020. Every chick I've met in the last 10 years has all been bisexual. You know, that's just
And
me.
do they not understand the CW?
No, they don't. Does
Like,
anybody?
The Berlanti universe is nothing but gay folk.
I mean, like I said,
Like,
he's
everybody-
openly gay.
Yeah, because Berlanti's gay. It's like, wait a second, is he straight? Is Arrow straight? Like, like
But
the
the more
straight
start
people
going
are the
on, you start-
minorities on that shows and shit.
Right. That's the thing. But that's okay. Like I said, but okay, let me get back to the point what I'm trying to make. Now, like I said, me personally, I think they should have went another direction with casting Batwoman. And I'll tell you to say, because I've actually, you know what? Louis Sanchez, I'm almost going to agree with you because I feel like she's cast as the perfect Batwoman. But as far as Kate Kane, I think she's bland as shit. That's just me.
Oh.
But she pulls the look off in the costume. I give it
You
that.
see, I didn't watch it. I only watched like 3 or 4 episodes. I didn't stick around to where she got her wig and shit.
Okay,
So
I watched the entire season.
Yeah.
Just like every other pissed off, but I actually like the show. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever, and I stopped everything I was doing, and I didn't hate watch it either. I watched the show, I got into it, I was like, okay, it's pretty interesting. I'm not like these other YouTubers that will watch every single episode of Batwoman and then make an hour-and-a-half review of how much it sucks and then break down everything about it. In the commercial break when it came back 5 minutes in, look how she's walking and talking and acting like. How do you know everything about this show if you hate it so much? But that's my thing. But here's my opinion of what they should have done with Batwoman. Now, I know the CW does not listen to my opinion at all, but that's the reason they're in the situation they are now because they don't listen to me. So here's what I picked. Now, on the show of Batwoman, Batwoman had, and I'll show you. This is my pick who should have been Batwoman. Boom. I know you don't know who this is, but she's on the show. Now, the thing is, she's on the show. She plays Batwoman's ex-girlfriend. Now, the thing is, she has the exact same training as Batwoman. She's just as good as Batwoman. She knows Batwoman's secret. She knows where the cave is. She's even covered for Batwoman a whole bunch of times. So if you're going to get somebody else to play Batwoman, why not pick somebody that's already on the show? You could easily just say, okay, Ruby Rose left. She's going to take over as Batwoman. If she knows everything she can do, why not? And plus, narrative-wise, it keeps the story going. Now the narrative stops because you got a whole bunch of you got a whole brand new person nobody's ever met before. You're gonna shoot her in there, even though the bat costume and cave all stuff will be a secret. Oh, this person knows who it is, even though we don't know who this person is. I think narrative-wise, that will slow the story down. Where if you kept the other person going, that would speed the story up. And well, I'm thinking that okay, but maybe they won't go that route because she's black, and if you make it black, you got to change the entire marking of it. I'm going on a tangent. But I'm going on a tangent anyway.
Yeah, the gates are open.
The gates are open. I'm going to just say this and just move on here. Because the thing is, when you have a white lead and a black lead in a TV show, the marketing is completely different on it. You may not even notice this. When you watch a show, when you watch Friends will have a McDonald's commercial with nothing but white people. But when you watch Martin or Fresh Prince, all of a sudden Calvin is on the McDonald's commercial and he just got his job and he's just trying to do this stuff like that. So they do this on person. They do specific marketing based on the lead of the character. There's nothing I'm making up. This is research. This is scientific. This is marketing. This shit is just look it up. It's there. So don't think I'm just making.
You're the first one to graduate from college.
Right. Look at Calvin. We're so proud of him for graduating from McDonald's.
Donate to the United Negro College Fund because the mind is a very
right. So that's my whole point. So
you start seeing those the fucking bail bond commercials.
Right. Oh, the malt liquor commercials.
Yeah, here comes Billy D.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you. What the fuck you doing in a malt liquor commercial on the NBA playoffs?
Sam Jackson, what's in your wallet?
Right. But pay attention when you see this stuff because this is clear. They are targeting their marketing.
I can't wait for a native TV show, man.
I don't even know what kind of McDonald's commercial you guys are gonna get.
Yeah, man, fucking fry bread commercial and shit.
The jokes write themselves.
Yeah, Pillsbury flour makes the best fry bread.
Have you had your break today? Oh shit. Okay, so that's my whole point. So that would have slowed down the narrative. But the point is, I'm thinking they're not going to do it because they're having a black lead, change the complete market of it. But CW just going to be CW and just say fuck it. and just have a black lead. So we're gonna get McDonald's commercials down in the middle of CW. So I don't know. And people are like, oh, they're just pandering. How they were already pandering. So that's my thing. Like, people saying it's gonna bring hate to the Batwoman show. How can the people that hate the show even more than what it is now?
Yeah.
You got a lesbian gender race swapped version of Batman. Okay, now she's black. You gonna hate the show more? They pretty much gone off the deep end. You can't go any further what they've done before. So that's my thing.
I just hope. I really like her hair, and I think it would be cool if she kept her hair instead of that stupid wig.
That's my thing. Okay,
but would that give her identity away? I don't know.
That maybe, but here's the thing: Batwoman on the show admitted she was gay. Like, we don't even know you're gay, Batwoman. Like the character in the Gotham Gazette, she just was in full costume. I'm gay. We don't care. You're Batwoman. Whoop somebody's ass.
Okay.
Creeper cry for the Batman and Batman family to go in there. I agree with you. 2000 Man Reborn. It doesn't really bother me that much. I understand that it's another thing, so I'm not crying for Batman or Nightwing to be in the show, even though they teased that Hush, it became whatever. Fuck it. I don't have time to explain Batwoman. But I'm gonna be interested to see where it goes. I want to see.
I actually might check it out. I might, because I'm curious.
And maybe that's why they did it, because making a new announcement of a new character, it draws more interest in the show than just carrying a character that was already on the show. This generates news. So fuck it. Why not?
I will admit that, all these shows about Batman without Batman being in it gets a little, Gotham, and then you had the Alfred show.
Eli, are you reading my mind?
Am I?
Are you?
Telekinesic?
Professor X, all this shit.
This way? Wrong way.
Maybe we need to flip this shit next time. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, we're transitioning, but in a good way. Next thing we're going to do is talk about, because, yes, they are bringing another Batman show on there, and it's coming to HBO Max. And the show, I don't know what the fuck the show's going to be called, Gotham PD or something. Wait, we got another comment before I jump in this bad boy. Let's see what we got.
Batman, coming soon.
What? Maybe Batman's gonna be. Maybe she put on makeup in the hood and Watchmen. Oh, like Sister Night? Huh?
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So the thing we're talking about now is that, yes, HBO Max has ordered a Gotham PD show that's going to be based in the same universe as the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman universe. So it's all connected. Eli, didn't we just have the show?
I think we did.
Yeah,
I did. I stuck around for Gotham for a while.
I couldn't do it. It's funny. I stuck around for Batwoman, couldn't stick around for Gotham. But in my defense,
I think I wish I did that too. I wish I would have dropped Gotham and then watched Batwoman instead.
But in my defense, Batwoman is one season. It isn't like I watched 8 seasons of Batwoman. I'm pretty sure I don't have that kind of stamina to do that. But what they're doing is that they're making a Gotham PD. A Gotham PD show based off the same character, and I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Wright might, be the head of this show. Basically, what they want to do, and I should have had that picture. They're going to do a Gotham PD, basically. For those who don't know, there was a Gotham PD TV show. I'm sorry, comic that was based on the regular cops of Gotham PD. Batman wasn't in it. It was about the it was about the regular Gotham PD. And it's basically what Gotham is based on, like the TV show Gotham is based on. And they decided to turn the TV show, but they wanted to have their Smallville cake and eat it too. So they decided to do all that stuff, which why they did, who knows? But hey, it happened. So that we're doing now. Here's what I think, Eli. People are so confused on what the DC universe is doing. There's no confusion. It's simple what they're doing.
Give them more Batman shit.
More Batman shit. They're rolling out a Batman extended universe, a cinematic universe. That's what they're doing. Like they got the MCU, this is going to be the BCU. Because what DC has realized is Batman is the only thing they have that sells. That's it. Consistently. They may have a spike here and there with, Aquaman or some shit, but something that consistently sells is going to be Batman. So what they're going to do is just make a Batman cinematic universe. Batman, Batgirl, Huntress, Nightwing, Robin, Orphan. Apparently it's going to be based on Greg Rucka. Yeah, what did I say? Gotham PD? I meant to say Gotham Central. I'm glad you brought up Greg Rucka. We're going to talk. Yeah, we're going to talk more about Greg Rucka also.
He's reading your mind too.
We're all connected. This is all synergy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about Greg Rucka later on in the show also. So yeah, that's my thing. They're just going to make a whole bunch of, and if this is successful, It's going to be more shit because HBO Max is doubling down on DC shit because they know DC is pretty much Warner Brothers' biggest property, so they're going to milk the fuck out of it. If Batman sells, give me more Batman. You know, what do we have here? Okay, so I guess we can get into, yeah. Oh shit, let's see. Okay, I don't have it in me right now, but I guess we can go into the actual movie because we watched the movie.
We did.
We did watch a movie. So the movie we watched is oh, that's why I don't have it because I didn't catch that, but that is okay. We're going to do this. The movie we watched is actually called The Old Guard. The Old Guard is the movie we watched. And for those that don't know, and it's on Netflix if you want to know where you can watch it, because you can't go to the movies and watch anything nowadays. So everything is on Netflix. So if you want to watch something, Netflix where it is, and I'm going to pull this up right here. Boom. Because the thing about this movie is it is on Netflix, and I got all kind of fucked up shit. But it's on Netflix, and we watched it. And for people that don't know about The Old Guard, that it's actually based on a comic. It is based on an Image comic that is written by Greg Rucka. And not only was it written by Greg Rucka actually wrote the screenplay to the movie for Netflix. So he's dipping his foot in Hollywood also, which pretty much every comic book writer is trying to do nowadays also. They're just writing a comic to sell to Hollywood so they can just write the shit. That's all they're doing. Now, for those not familiar with Greg Rucka, we just said a second ago, or one of our comments just mentioned that Greg Rucka wrote Gotham Central, which Gotham was lightly adapted to, plus this HBO Max Gotham series also. He wrote a bunch of Wonder Woman comics. Also, he's also adapted Stumptown into a TV show also. So Stumptown is also... That's him. Yeah, Stumptown is a comic also. I don't know if it's Dark Horse or Image or whatever it is. That's him. That's his comic. He pitched to ABC, so that's him. So if Greg Rucka does nothing else, he knows how to, write a comic about badass women. So, Eli, I'm gonna let you start because I'm gonna try to get some production stuff set up. I'm gonna let you start, and you let us know what you thought about The Old Guard.
I thought it was all right.
Okay. Glowing review.
I mean, I read the comic before I watched the movie. I'm glad I did. The exact opposite, but yeah. I'm glad I did because I actually enjoyed the comic a lot. The movie I thought was okay. I mean, it was a pretty faithful adaptation to the comic. I guess my only thing is I wasn't a fan of the action. I guess I watched The Raid too much. I watched John Wick too much. Is this not violent enough for me? Maybe
I knew it was going to be that. I was like, damn it! I know Eli's going to complain about the violence in this movie.
I mean, it was the way it was shot. I mean, it was R-rated violence. It was violent enough. I guess it's just the way it was shot. I watch a lot of kung fu flicks all the time. Practically every Sunday is basically kung fu theater to me. I watch a couple kung fu flicks. I just throw them on Sundays. It's like a ritual. It's like my church, So I'm used to like the choreography, and I could see that. I could tell what they were going for with the action, but it was just the way it was shot. Action choreography also involves camera work. When you don't have a camera work synced into the fight, what's going on in the fight scenes, it gets a little confusing. So that's like my main critique. Was just it was hard to see some of the action. But other than that, I thought it was pretty well adapted. It
was very well adapted.
Yeah, it stuck pretty close to that first trade that I read. And other than that, I didn't like the soundtrack. Like the songs that they chose.
Soundtrack. Oh god.
They just started all of a sudden. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm like
CW.
Am I watching some teeny bopper movie? Am I watching? Yeah, am I watching a CW?
Right, you're watching a CW show.
Like all of a sudden, some weird shitty pop song would just pop up on the fucking movie, and I'm like, what the hell? And kind of ruined the mood for me. Maybe I'm just too metal for that, but yeah, that was my. So I wish the action was a little better and the soundtrack sucked, but I thought it was it stuck really close to the comic. I mean, it was Greg Rucka writing it, so
right. Greg Rucka wrote the screenplay of this one, so
the performances are fine. Charlize Theron, of course, she's Furiosa and Atomic Blonde, so she's proven that she can do her action scenes and yeah. I thought it was okay.
Okay, yeah.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Okay, good, strong. Okay, so what do I think about the old guard? Now, I do want to give a disclaimer, not a disclaimer, but I do want to mention that I don't know the name of the director of this one, but it is the first Black woman to ever direct a comic book movie. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I think the first Black one, period, was Tim Story of Fantastic Four. Most people don't know that. That's probably also the reason why you didn't get another Black actor. Director, recording anything after that. But yeah, I pretty much everything you hit the nail on the head, Eli. Everything you said, I pretty much thought the same thing. I thought that the direction of this movie was slightly better than the normal Netflix shit we get, but I wouldn't see this in the theaters. Yeah. I felt like it's not theater quality. The fight scenes were good, okay. Even some of the acting I thought was good. Okay, there was a few scenes that like really hit the nail on the head. For the most part, the movie just kind of went through the motions, which was actually kind of disappointing because the thing about the comic is that the comic is actually like really stylized.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if I can pull up some images.
There were some really powerful moments I thought in the comic that I felt in the movie they just sort of glossed over.
Yeah, and the thing about the comic is that, like, for instance, like this scene right here, and I'm going to show this right quick. This scene was completely omitted from the comic, from the movie altogether. Remember this scene? Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to see if I can show it. Chrome tab. Yeah, this scene right here. Remember that scene?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, the scene where she fell in love with the slave.
There was more. Yeah, there was a lot of the comic dealt with a lot of the history.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that because that was some of the most interesting stuff when they went back in time and were doing this stuff. And even when they went back in time you could tell they didn't really have the budget to pull this off. You could tell the budget in this movie really wasn't all that.
No,
like this wasn't a movie budget. This was like a lower end budget. Like Charlize Theron, she killed it. I mean, this type of shit, she could play this role in her sleep. Yeah. And to me, she carried, even though she wasn't in the movie all that much, like you didn't see her all throughout the movie. When she was there, she carried the movie on her back. That's what she did. I did like the new chick, Kiki Lane. Yeah, she's supposed to be. Let me see. What are we saying?
An Aeon Flux sequel. I never saw the Aeon Flux movie.
I did. Oh, it sucked. It was shit.
I mean, I remember the animated show on MTV, but I never saw.
And that was pretty decent, but but that's the thing, like these action type roles, she can play this shit in her sleep. Kiki Lane was pretty cool. I get what her role was in it because she played a different role than what it was in the comics. In the comics, she showed up, boom, on the team, let's go. In this one, she acts like a 50 million question. But what does this do? What did that do? What did that do? I get it. She's the point of view character. Yeah. So she's got to be there to be the newbie because she's asking the question that we want to ask. Because every time she says some shit, well, why do they do what they do? Because so when they answer her, they're answering us because she's our point of view character through there. Action scenes, some of them are pretty cool. Like I said, like you said, if you want to know the difference between the comic and the movie, it really isn't much. They pretty much took the comic and just threw this shit on Netflix. Yeah. They kind of trimmed some stuff down, but even some of the dialogue was like lifted wholesale from there. Like a lot of the dialogue was like whole panels, whole pages, stuff like that. They didn't change anything, Yeah. The character was there. The character was pretty much acted exactly how they acted in the comic. Charlize Theron character wasn't as much a bitch. I guess I said it.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, she had a little bit more personality to it. In the comics. She was just drinking, sex.
She was just cold-blooded.
Just cold-blooded, no emotion whatsoever. But Charlize Theron didn't take it to that level, which I'm glad she didn't.
That's another thing. Like when they're shooting at each other, when they're getting into an argument and they just start shooting at each other in the comics.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny as hell. And
that was funny as hell. But the thing was, I don't think you could do that in the movie because the tone the movie was trying to make, it would have just been weird. They just get pissed off and just start, because they can't die. So like, fuck it,
Okay.
I'll just shoot you.
Yeah, they're just shooting at each other because they're pissed off at each other.
And then they
can't
just get the
die.
clips and just like that. And then people get, y'all stop shooting at each other. And then they shoot
And,
at them.
and then she just shoots. She just pulls out the AK and cut it out.
That was the best scene in the fucking comic.
Yeah,
Completely omitted. Like, what the hell?
yeah, that was great. And then it wasn't in the movie, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, now spoiler, there is one major change from the comic that was in the movie. That honestly, Eli, I thought that was a pretty good change.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
Talking
I'm gonna
about
go ahead and say it.
The witch hunt or whatever.
No, not that. Even though that wasn't in it either. I think that's in the second book.
Mhm.
But so it's in there. But the biggest change is what they did with Shirley Theron. That spoiler, you haven't seen it. Spoiler, she turns normal like halfway through the movie.
Oh yeah. All
Yeah.
of a sudden she's
Yeah,
reached her
because
last
in the
life or
comics,
whatever.
she never turned normal. She was immortal the whole time. And we don't even know when she turned normal in the comic. I mean, in the movie. Because all we know is that, when she went through that tunnel and was like killing all the dudes, stuff like that, and one dude got her on the shoulder, she was normal then going through that shit.
Yeah, it was when her homie shot her. The one.
No, it was before that. It was before that.
Because I thought she got shot and then it wasn't healing.
Right, but she knew she was normal before that. Remember when the guys got kidnapped, the two guys got kidnapped, and she went through that whole place by herself. They were like, wait for the signal, wait for the signal. When she went tearing through those guys, she was normal then. And one of them got her, and she was like, why am I not healing? That's why she went to that store clerk, and store clerk patched her up, and she was like,
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why she put the coat on. She was like, I can't let anybody know what's going on. And that's when they shot her. That's when everybody else knew, you know. Chiwetel Ejiofor's character in the comic was much more of a dick than he is in the movie. In the movie, he seemed like he is trying to do the right thing. In the comic, he's just like, fuck, I'm just gonna get paid. I don't care, Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. The action beats play out the exact same. Only thing is the comic goes into a little bit more detail. That's all. I feel like if I just watched the movie by itself, I didn't really connect with these characters. But watching the movie and the comic together, I feel like I connected with these characters. I knew the characters' names, I knew their personality, what they were trying to do, yada, yada, yada. Like, I understood what Greg Rucka was trying to do. And any change that was done from the comic to the movie, Greg Rucka did it. Yeah. Like, he was the one that approved the change that, okay, instead of her being regular, she's going to be normal, in this one. So I thought that was pretty cool, too. So, hold on.
It raises the stakes on her character. Now
that's the thing, because in the comic, you're just like, okay, they can't die, whatever. But in the movie, when she finds out she can't die, you don't know if she's going to die and Kiki Lang is going to just take over like halfway through the movie or what, So it does bring tension and drama to it. So good change on Greg Rucka. What do we got here? Did you hear about Shirley Theron recent comments about action stars? I did. I didn't really pay attention. I know she said she's gonna whoop his ass or something. She's fat and he can't fight. Whatever. Yeah, but overall, yes, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm trying to see if there's anything else left on Old Guard that I can talk about. Not really. I don't think people are like going crazy. Oh, you just gotta watch it. Oh, it's the greatest movie. No, it's not. It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
It's the regular Netflix movie.
Yeah.
But
it's Highlander for a new era,
Pretty much, yeah. So, but they did bring up some really good things, though. Not like I said, I'm not too familiar with Highlander, but did they bring up because when he went into that detail about immortality and how immortality sucks, I thought that was pretty deep. That was a really interesting discussion, both in the comics and in the movie. Especially since when Kiki Lang, she had the cell phone looking at her family. And Shirley Theron was like, see, my family didn't even exist with cell phones. I don't even remember what my family looked like. So I thought that was some good scenes. I felt like with a better director, you can tell this is her first time director. She's a rookie director. With a better director, I feel like we would have had a better movie. The material is there. Yeah. Yeah, but it just felt so It
was
CW-ish.
It was a little bland at some point.
Yeah, that's the thing. And especially since the comic was so stylized. That's what hurts about it. Yeah. You think you have something of visual flair, the director have a visual flair like the comic had, and it was just TV show-ish. Netflix-ish.
Yeah, it's a made for TV movie.
Yeah. That's what slightly better than made for TV movie, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah, there was swearing, there was blood, there was plenty of violence. It's just,
They do that on TV now. FX go harder than
that. Yeah. But some of those fight scenes there's a lot of choreography and that's a process. And It's like when I watched. You remember RZA when he made Man with the Iron Fists,
Yeah.
and it's his first movie and shit, and it's just okay because
Right, because it's his first time doing it. Right.
it's his first time doing it, and he's trying to make a kung fu movie using wire work and all this shit, and it just didn't have the same graceful flair that Yoon Woo Ping or Corey Yoon would have did in their movies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Aping their style.
Yeah.
So it's like a amateur version of somebody that watched those movies.
Yeah. Or like a John Woo, where this is what they do. They have a style to it, and I think he just bit off more than he could chew.
Yeah. So appreciate him doing it, but yeah, it didn't.
Yeah. It's a learning process. Maybe next time.
Yeah, we would have hoped that he wouldn't use us as his learning process. Like figure the shit out first and then make a movie. Don't use us as your student project.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. So can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay, this is it. This is the like I said, this is the comic book bullies where we talk about comic books and we're just gonna dive into it. And I'm gonna see if I can get into it, but I can't see it right now. So what we're gonna do, can I go first, Glenn? Can I knock it out?
Good.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna knock it out. So what we're gonna do is talk about Batman 94. And normally I would have like the panels going up and like that, but I'm gonna just go off the top of my head and just do this shit. So
and you can spoil the fuck out of it. I bought it, but I didn't read it yet. So, but I don't care.
Okay.
Joker, right? Joker does some shit.
Well, this is the preload to the Joker War. This is supposed to be Joker's Billions, Yes, I don't have it right now, but fuck it, I'll go with it. Okay, so basically what the story is that, like I said, last time we saw, Batman was stabbed in the leg by Deathstroke. He has a sword going through his leg, and he's in, Wayne Tower, just pretty much just bleeding out. And Deathstroke told him, if you pull the sword out, you're going to bleed out in seconds. Now, people don't know this. I'm not in the medical profession. I'm not. But I do know that if you get stabbed, it's called a puncture wound. If you leave it in there, you have a slim chance of surviving. But if you pull that bad boy out, you will bleed out on the floor in seconds. So if that ever happens to you, listeners, giving you advice, don't pull the blade out if you get stabbed.
Remember in John Wick 2? Was it John Wick 2 where he stabbed Drake? Not Drake. Common.
Right.
He stabbed Common. He's like, okay, if you take this blade out, you're going to bleed out. So
right.
You better get to the hospital.
Most people are confused how Killmonger died so fast when he pulled the blade out at the end of Black Panther. That's why.
Yeah.
As long as he let the blade in, he had a chance to survive. Pull the blade out, he's done. Anyway, that's what happens. Yeah, so the blade is stuck in Batman's leg. He can't pull the blade out. And now, I don't know how familiar people are with Batman's lore, but this was a direct reference to not a reference, but parallel to Batman Year One, because Batman just got his ass kicked. He has a sword going through his leg, and he's just sitting in his chair, and he's reminiscing the time in Batman Year One, when he was, impersonating Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver, and he got shot, and he's sitting in, his chair in Wayne Manor, bleeding out, and he's like, if I ring the bell, Alfred come with me, but I don't know if I should. He's basically thinking the same thing. Like, I just got my ass kicked. The city's in peril. I don't know if I should. So they have a pair between that. He like, I need a sign to know if I keep going. But before he can get a sign, Lucius Fox comes in the room, patches his leg up. He was like, okay, I patched your leg up, but you can't go anywhere. You got to sit still, Batman. Otherwise, you're going to bleed out internally, and you're not going to have any feeling in your leg. But Batman being Batman, don't listen to what the fuck he's doing. He calls Catwoman because Catwoman had just been shot, remember, in the last book. She's in Gotham Central, and Batman knows that if Batman, Joker's on the warpath, he's coming after her next. Oh, and yeah, all his money is gone too.
Yeah,
Joker has all.
happened,
yeah. And matter of fact, Joker calls him on the phone. I have all your money, Bruce. You're broke. Oh, and I told the IRS that you embezzling money also. So they're seizing your house and they're coming for you. So they'll be at Wayne, Manor in about 30 minutes. And Lucius Fox basically telling him, look, Batman or Mr. Wayne, I know you hired me to fill in Alfred's position after he died, but with all this bullshit going on right now, I got to run your company because they come after you, they coming after me also. So I got to do everything I can to fight your company, but I can't do both. So whatever you do next, you're on your own. And he's like, okay, fuck it, I'm Batman, and just jumps out the window. Because the thing is, he knows that Joker is going to come after Catwoman next. He knows he's coming after Catwoman. By the time he gets to the Gotham Central to get Catwoman out of there, she's already gone. He don't know if she like dipped out the window, left whatever like that. Nobody's there except Joker's goons. Joker's goons are waiting at him. They shoot at him. He jumps out the window, whatever like that. So where is Catwoman? Catwoman is at the Iceberg Lounge. Penguin pulls her out because Penguin knew that Joker was finna come kill her. He was like, Catwoman, I owe you a favor. You come with me. You're going to chill in the cool room. So the cool room is where all the bad guys in Gotham go to hide out when the heat's on, or whenever Joker shows up and they just don't want to be fucking with him. You to be bothered. So they just chilling out, and Batman just realized, okay, I'm broke. I can't find Catwoman. My leg is bleeding out internally. I might be dead anytime soon.
Is that fucking Condiment King up there, or who is that?
Is it? I looked. I tried to see. I'm trying to see.
I thought, is that Firefly, but that's Firefly down on
I
the
see
floor.
Firefly. I see some redhead dude. I see it was somebody else. Killer Croc.
Got Mad Hatter.
Pig, Firefly. I think you
Pig or what his name is, whatever. Fuck.
Can't remember.
Is that like the Red Hood dude or whatever?
Probably. I think so. But the thing is, Batman's finally realized something, that everything that has happened in Gotham is my fault. Because when I came to Gotham, all this insanity going on right now is basically what I did. When I came to Gotham at first, Alfred thought I was coming to Gotham to make Gotham better. No, I made myself better. And in doing that, Gotham is suffering for the shit I'm doing because the bad guys are basically ramped up to match all the bullshit I'm doing. So everything I'm doing is making Gotham worse. So I need to be a better Batman, but I need a sign. Alfred send me a sign. Now, in Batman Year One, he asks his dad to send him a sign, and that's when the bat flies through the window and he lands on the statue. He like, yes, criminals are superstitious, cowardly, whatever he says. So in this one, lightning strikes and the cloud forms a bat, and Batman thinks it's Alfred doing it, and he says, "Thank you, Alfred. I'll become a better Batman." Now, if this doesn't prove that Batman is fucking crazy, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's how the book ends. Apparently that thing that's on his leg is gone. I don't know if it's fixed or whatever like that, but whatever.
The Band-Aid?
Yeah.
The bat Band-Aid?
The bat Band-Aid or whatever. Yeah, like that. So, like I said, this was just a precursor to Joker War. So it was a pretty cool story.
It's the finale.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, if there was one issue you could have skipped Eli, this is the one.
I was saying, it says it's the finale, but nothing happened.
Nothing really happened. It's just Batman just going crazy. Oh, he talks to the dude that got his ass whooped by the designer at the beginning. It's whatever.
Fucking art is awesome though. Damn.
That is, you look. You got to put your best guys on Batman. Batman is your best selling book. You put your best guy on Batman. This is what you do.
Especially when they go to the Iceberg Lounge and shit. That's
right, and all those guys there. Yeah, the cool room. So,
the cool room. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I'm gonna give the book a 3 out of 5. Yeah.
Right.
What you got next?
All I did was the indie shit. Should I do Bitterroot, I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Bitterroot. Fuck, I better pull it up. I got my tablet.
I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
Back to my books. Back to my books, my smarts list. Okay, Bitterroot. Crap. Let's go back to the beginning. Get it off a guided view. Bitterroot number 9. So yes, this is like one of my favorite books right now. David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, Sanford Green writing. We have Sophie Dodson on colors. Sanford Green doing the work, doing the art and stuff. And this is about a family of demon hunters in 1920s Harlem, and they fight these demons called Jinnu, who feed off of hatred in the form of racism mostly, and they possess you and they turn you into demons. And this family fights them and cures them. And there's been this big, huge race war going on, race riots, that demons possessed all the prejudiced people, feeding on the prejudice and the hatred, possessed a big gang of people, and there was a big riot in Harlem. And this is the aftermath. We are finding out that there's another demon called a Denzu or something that feeds off of trauma and pain and sadness. And they're going around gathering minions in Georgia, in the South. There was a little black boy who was hung by the KKK, and this demon has come and is feeding off of the sadness of the town and possessing them. And also, there's another group of a family that are in the South being chased by a bunch of redneck demons. and that's going. There's a lot of cool action going on in there. And then we have Ma Etta. She's the grandma. She's like the patriarch of the family. She's she's actually working with the police in New York about, they have jailed a bunch of these possessed demons, and she's like these aren't Jinnu. These are different kind of demons. I don't know what these are. The ones the demons I dealt with, they feed on hatred. You kind of know how to deal with that, These ones, I don't know how. And it's actually the other demon, the ones that feed off of pain and trauma. So again, this book makes the commentary, those parallels on how do we deal with racism? How do we cure racism? You have racism, which is just fed off of hate and fear and anger. But then you have the effects of racism, the pain, the trauma. How do we cure that? So there's a lot of a conversation. She's like, I don't know what to do about these guys. I can deal with the hatred. I don't know how to deal with the pain that's caused by it. So that was a really profound statement, I thought. And then at the end, it's got the other demon possessing, what's his name? What's the guy's name again? Fuck his name. The guy, he survived the Tulsa bombings. His whole family died in the Tulsa bombings, and he's in Georgia, and he's with that demon. And in the end, the last panel is him sort of giving in to the demon. So it's like finally possessing him. So kind of tragic that he's finally giving in to the pain and the sorrow. So and that's where it ends. But other than that, still a cool book. I do think there's a lot of plots going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. You got Ma Etta in New York. You got the one family, the one crew in the South being chased by the rednecks. You got these other two in Chinatown, and then you got the shit going on in the South or in Georgia. There's like all these different parallel plots going on. It kind of jumps around a little too much. Sometimes I wish I was like, okay, I want more of this.
Maybe they'll eventually put it all together,
Yeah. So that's my only critique. Other than that, I'm still digging this book. It's still one of my favorite books on the shelf. 4 out of 5.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get him on the show. I know he's not listening, but
he did say he wanted to.
Hey, we've been in his DMs.
Yeah.
He left us on red. So yeah. Yeah. So I guess it's my turn next. Okay. Damn it, I can't believe you didn't read this next book. Okay, so this next book is DCeased Dead Planet #1. I hope I spelled it right. I hope I did it right. I hope that's the name of the book. It may not be. But yeah, this book
#1?
#1, yeah, because remember this is the sequel.
Oh, I did not know it was a sequel. I thought it was just another.
No. This is no spin-off or tie-in. This is the actual direct sequel to DCeased from last time.
Didn't they like leave Earth or something?
They did. So this tells what happened when what happens now they're gone. So like I said, the book leaves off, and it is talking about how let's see. Yeah, cool. We got that on there. So the book does talk about how Cyborg saw everybody leave. Everybody left. Superman is eating the sun, and they went to another planet. And somehow Cyborg thought he was dead, but somehow he actually turned himself back on. So he's just been there the whole time. So 5 years has passed. Cyborg is still there. He's got like grass growing on him like that. He's like mold stuck in the grass like that. And he finds the signal, the tracker that Batman put in him like all those years ago. And he turns it on. He sends a signal out. He don't know where it's going. He just sends a signal. He just hopes somebody hears it. Now, cut to 5 years later. Hold on. Somebody kicking in. Who's in the room to my kung fu? Okay.
These are some deep comics.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about Bitterroot. Yeah. Not DCeased.
Oh yeah, Bitterroot. Yeah, Bitterroot goes. Yeah, Bitterroot keeps it real, but it's cool still. It's a horror book. It's like I said, it's like Evil Dead, but with like real shit to get to go.
All right. So back to where we were before. Okay, so 5 years later, we find out what's going on right now. I'm gonna show you the panel. Boom, Jonathan Kent is Superman now, and Damian Wayne is Batman.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and Cassandra, whatever the fuck her name is, she's
Orphan?
Wonder Woman. No, not that. It's a Wonder Girl that's in the New 52, she's one of them now. I barely been paying attention, but you know when you see her. Anyway, that's Damian Wayne right there. He's fucking crazy in this book. Because anytime they do something, he wants to just assassinate everybody, and John just tells him, like, Damian, calm the fuck down. We're trying to do stuff. But he just want to just beat the hell out of everybody, you know, so they can calm him down. So anyway, the reason they're at war right now is because oh shit, I hit the wrong button. The reason they're at war right now is because, like I said, they just came to a new planet, but the planet was already occupied. So the people just like, get the fuck off our planet. So they basically fighting for the planet to stay there. So Jonathan is trying to stop Damon from killing these folks, you know. And he's like, look, we're gonna talk this out. I want you to talk to the president. We're gonna take you to the president of Earth 2. And the president of Earth 2 is, boom, Lois Lane. So she's the president. She's having a one-on-one conversation, you know, with the leader of the other planet, trying to tell them, look, we come in peace. We just want to chill. We can coexist. We can share whatever we know with y'all. We're refugees. And they just talk it out, and they're cool. While they're doing that, that signal that Cyborg sent finally hits Alfred. Alfred hits it and tells Damon, Master Wayne, we have a signal, you know. So they find out that Cyborg's still alive, and they're like, damn, well, we got to go back. We gotta go back and save him, even though we know that the planet's full of zombies that will kill us or like that. We gotta go. We left a man behind. We gotta get the man. We gotta go get him. Even though it makes no fucking sense. They don't know what kind of trap they into or what they get into. They just go. Then they have this touching moment between, you know, all the people leaving, like, you know, Jonathan with his mom. She was like, make sure you come back. We can't lose another Superman. He does. I don't like it when they call me Superman. Just stop acting like one, son. You know, stuff like that. Heart, you know, mom shit, you know. Green Arrow is still alive for some fucking reason. We don't know why. Black Canary is now the Green Canary because she's a Green Lantern. She still got a sonic scream. And that Wonder Woman sword that's Kryptonian that can cut through guys or like that, she has that sword. But she feels bad for Green Arrow. She's like, you take the sword. So, because he's useless. So they go to the planet. They find Cyborg. His head is separated from his body. When they get him, that's when they get attacked. Let me see if I can try to find it. They get attacked by Wonder Woman. Damn it, I can't show you the panel, but it's fucking awesome. Watch this shit, man. Watch this shit. I gotta show you this shit. They get attacked by Wonder Woman out of nowhere. She just wrecks their ship, so they can't even leave anymore because they just wrecked the spaceship. And the first person she takes out is Green Arrow for no fucking reason. When that happened, Black Canary fucking loses it. Hit her with a sonic scream. Takes that God Killer sword. You know, takes it to her. Uses her big hand, just smash the shit out of her. And Cyborg's trying to tell him what the hell is going on, but nobody can understand him except Jonathan Kent, because, you know, he got the super hearing and stuff like that. And then he says, oh, shit, no, stop what you're doing. Black Canary, don't stab her. Before she can stab her, Jonathan Kent blocks her, and he gets stabbed. But when he gets stabbed, Wonder Woman still gets gone through the throat. And what Jonathan Kent was trying to tell him, what Cyborg was saying, is that Cyborg has the cure. To be continued. So yeah, fucking awesome book. Tom Taylor, this dude can do no wrong. Everything Eli, he might be my favorite writer right now. Everything this dude does, he just knocks out the park. Even the weirdest, wild shit he does. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 because I know this shit is gonna ramp up from there. I didn't think after DC, I like, what else can you do? But he's doing it. All you had to do was just say, Jonathan Kent is Superman, Damian Wayne is Batman. You son of a bitch, I'm in. That's all I needed. So,
wasn't his story in the Joker book pretty cool too?
That's the one where the kid was feeding bugs and he cut the dude's fingers and shit like that. Yeah, weird and creepy shit like that. He's writing the Suicide Squad book also. They say the Suicide Squad book too. But yeah, Tom Taylor is just knocking out the park. So
Tommy Taylor, y'all.
Rest in peace, Comic Cast. Yes, I'll let it go. What you got next?
The only other book I got is Something is Killing the Children, number 9. Is it number 9?
I got you. Boom. Okay.
Yeah, number 8. Sorry, number 8.
Oh shit, I think I fucked up. Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, so this is another horror book that I've been reading. James Tynion IV. It's basically about this town that's being overrun with monsters that are killing or eating kids. Mm-hmm. And there's a monster slayer shows up and sort of fights the monsters. But it turns out in the last story arc, the monster laid eggs. So now there's monster babies running around the woods.
Well, that's not good.
And this story, yeah. And then it turns out that I think her name's Jessica, the monster slayer, this chick who kills the monsters. She works for this like secret underground, Illuminati government agency that knows about these monsters. So she's got an X-Men, and the last issue, her mentor showed up and was like, yeah, you've been fucking this job up. You've been here way too long. This job should have been done already. We don't know what the fuck you're doing. You got the cops involved. We got to shut you down. She's like, no, this fucking thing laid eggs, so we got to take care of it. So he's like, fine, I'll help you. So that's where this episode or this issue picks up. They kind of team up and they're going to go after the babies. And then it also deals. The book also deals with like the townspeople and the relationships between the parents and all the shit that the parents are going through. There's a really kind of a fucked up scene, I thought, where they finally found the monster nest and they found all the remains of the dead kids that were missing all these years. And they brought them and they started identifying some of the kids. And there's a scene where they're at the school and they're like, okay, if your kid was missing, come to the school and we'll help. We'll see if we found. And so there's a scene where all the parents are lined outside the gym of the school, like waiting to see if their kid was found, is one of these corpses that they found in this monster nest. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
Wow.
So it goes into like really creepy details like that. But other than that, I'm still digging this book. It's still pretty cool. Another horror book that I'm into.
Also, James Tynion IV, who's also writing Batman. So
detective. Oh no, he's on Batman.
He's on Batman. Yeah, He was on Detective, but yeah, he's doing this now. So
yeah. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I'm still into it.
Okay, trying to think, what should I do next? What should I do next? I'm gonna knock out a quick one. Let's do X-Force number 10. Now, this was boring and interesting at the same time. Let me see what book. Where is that book? Boom. Okay. So basically, here's what happened in this book. Nothing. They fight plant monsters. The end. But that's not what everybody's talking about. There's a very specific panel that happens in this that everybody gets everybody's attention. Because the thing is, while everything's going on, like I said, Beast is trying to be like this don't ask, don't tell shadow organization, puppet master, chess master, thing like that. And Jean Grey finds all the bullshit he's been doing, like he's been hiding information from the Quiet Council, and he does it on purpose because it's deniable ops. The less they know, the less they can get in trouble for it. So she finds out the bullshit Beast is doing. She's like, you guys are on some other shit. I'm not with this covert deniable ops type stuff. I'm going back with the X-Men, so I'm quitting. But before she quits, she lets Wolverine know. And she go, and this is where she lets Wolverine know. In a hot steam bathtub where he's just waiting for her, and she gets butt naked. And
is that Jean Grey?
Yes, that's the part everybody's talking about. So that's when she tells him that she's quitting the group. But like I said, he's taking a bath by himself, so she joins him in the bath, takes his beer, decides to drink, just lay up with him, and she asks him, if I'm leaving the group and you think I'm too good for the group, does it mean I'm too good for you? And Wolverine's like, yeah. But you need a little bad with you sometimes. And then they bang in the bathtub and the end. So, yeah.
That's it?
That's it. That's the end of the book. Like, I'm going to talk about the other bullshit. They fight plant monsters for 20 pages. I don't give a fuck about that. So that's what the interesting part about it, that Jean Grey and Wolverine are confirmed banging in this book, even though she's married to Cyclops. So, Eli, I'm going to teach you a new word that we learned this weekend.
Weren't they? But didn't they all share a room or something in Krakoa or whatever?
Okay.
Or on the moon or wherever the fuck they're at?
So how their arrangement is, Jean Grey lives here. Cyclops has his own room to the right of her, and Wolverine has a room to the left of her. And they're right next to each other, so they can just come and go as they please. So, Eli, the new word I learned this weekend is called entanglement. That's what this is. Jean Grey and Wolverine are in an entanglement.
What's sad is I didn't even watch that fucking video, and I know what you're talking about.
Because that's how big it is. I know we don't give a shit who's fucking who, but yes.
I really don't.
But damn it, Wolverine and Jean Grey are banging in a bathtub, even though she's married to another dude. So Wolverine is like the side dude or whatever. So what the fuck, man?
They're getting their entangle on.
They're getting their entangle on. So that's the new word we live in. That's how big social media is. We can just use that term just freely just anywhere now. So thank you, 2020. You know? Oh man. So we don't know what kind of arrangement they have, but that's what's going on right now. So I'm gonna give the book a 3 out of 5. Honestly, it was completely useless until that last page to confirm. Because here's the thing, Eli. Yeah. Not only is he banging Jean Grey, he's been flirting with Cyclops.
Okay.
Like,
oh, Wolverine.
Yes, Wolverine, not Will Smith.
I will totally read that shit.
Because they said some shit like they were just sitting in they were sitting in a room, and then Cyclops was like, "Are you sure you want to come to the beach with us? Jean Grey's gonna be in a bikini." You're like, "I want to see that." And I'm gonna be in a Speedo. You're like, "I want to see that too." I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck, man?"
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be like, "Shut up, Cyclops."
No.
And that would make Wolverine just that more badass.
But that's what I'm saying. So now
Cyclops like, "What are you doing? That's me. I don't care. Shut up."
But that's what I'm saying. So now they have this weird.
I'm gonna get us canceled with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because here's the thing, Eli. They're making Wolverine bisexual, basically, and people are up in arms, but there's nothing to be confirmed. It's just, hearsay. It's just rumors. It's conjecture. It's, we read into it.
It makes total sense to me, man. He's been alive for fucking 1,000 years, and hey, I'm getting tired of pussy.
It's got to slip in sometime.
Hey, man. Hey, sometimes a man knows what a man needs. And that just makes Wolverine more badass.
Right. Here's the thing. Somebody told me one time. Somebody said that if anybody acts overly masculine, too masculine, they may have some homosexual tendencies about them. Who's more masculine than Wolverine? Just saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's like that with everybody. Like anybody, like if people are like, it's always the biggest scumbags are the ones who try to preach about being all righteous and shit and
right. And they have all kind of skeletons in their closet and stuff.
Yeah. Like Joss Whedon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Joss Whedon being that motherfucker. All these feminists praising him for years, and he turned out to be a scumbag.
Fuck it, we're going there.
That's your fault.
You should have did something then.
His bullshit.
Right. When he told you who he were, you should have believed him. Okay, we got a comment. Let's see what we got.
Wolverine's son.
Oh yeah.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, I think he has the power to make other people bisexual.
Maybe maybe he's just got that sweet dick, and they just can't. No one can resist this shit, baby.
Oh, he went gay for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the monster out. It's gonna do what it do.
Oh man, you got any more books? Or am I my last?
Well,
one?
since you did that, you want me to talk about this Agents of Wakanda?
Yeah, man, let's shit on this book, man. I don't even know what it's about. I just know it's gonna be shit. So,
is it number 9 or which one is it's the last issue?
It's the last issue. That's all that matters. This shit is done. So
it's the last issue, man. So Black Panther handpicked a team of a bunch of nobodies that no one gave a shit about, and basically to watch over Wakanda while he's out doing shit with the Avengers. Now, the only reason why I gave a shit about this book, because I heard American Eagle was on the team.
Who the fuck is American Eagle?
Funny you should ask. He is a Native American superhero that's buried somewhere in the Marvel universe that no one's ever heard of. And the only reason why I care, because he was in the Thunderbolts and he beat up Venom once.
Okay.
It was only like 1 issue, but that's his biggest claim to fame to me. If you go to the Geek Sav, I do another podcast.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. It's called the Geek Savs, the Native Nerds Podcast. Check us out on Facebook. If you go to our Facebook page, our cover photo is a picture of American Eagle beating the shit out of Venom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I heard he was in this book. He's not really in this book.
Oh, wow.
In like any of the issues. He popped up like once on one panel of number 1 saying, "Oh yeah, we got this Indian guy out doing some shit somewhere else. Let's go to the moon, everybody." And
fuck?
so here we are, 8 or 9 issues later, and Wakanda is being attacked by dragons, and it turns out Fin Fang Foom is in cahoots with them all. So it's just the team. Who's all on this team? We got American Eagle, but he's like not the main guy.
Mhm.
What's his name? Kazar. Okay, here's the team. This is the team. Active agents. We've got Kazar,
Okay.
Okoye,
Okay.
American Eagle, Mockingbird,
Uh,
Brew. I never heard of this
Who?
guy, but he's a brood.
Oh, Brood. Okay.
He's a
Brood.
brood.
The
but
kid,
his-
kid Brood. What?
yeah,
Okay. Whatever.
Whatever. Brew. I guess
Yeah.
Groot. Brew. I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah.
Gorilla Man and some
Oh.
fat cobra. And on call we have Man Wolf. John Jameson.
Oh shit.
We have the Wasp,
How did this book make it as long as it did?
Dr. Nemesis,
Who?
and Roz Solomon. I guess she's a SHIELD agent. Yeah. So anyway, this issue, yeah, like I said, Fin Fang Foom and a bunch of dragons are attacking Wakanda, and they fight them. And at the end, Black Panther shows up with the Warriors 3. He was on Asgard doing some shit, and he shows up and helps them beat the dragons at the end of the book and saves the day. So basically, this whole team was useless. They still needed Black Panther and the Asgardians to beat to win. But you know what the biggest thing that pissed me off? Well, not the fact that I read this to see a native character in the comic book,
Right.
but he's barely in it. And at the end, when Black Panther and the Asgardians show up and save the day, the Indian guy, he says, "Oh, thank God the cavalry showed up." And I was like,
What?
What the fuck? What the
Come
fuck,
on,
Jim
man.
Zub?
Come on, man.
Jim Zub, you motherfucker.
Come on, Jim. You can't be that stupid, man. You can't be that tone deaf.
Yeah, making the Indian guy.
Somebody in the room
cavalry.
should have been like, maybe you shouldn't say that, or maybe he thought,
Yeah.
oh, this is clever. This is gonna kill.
Yeah.
Like,
So the Indian guy's barely in it. He barely does anything, and then he thanks the cavalry for showing up at the end. And I was like,
this is why, Eli. This is why.
this is why.
First off, I'm not even gonna mention they got a fucking gorilla on the team with Black Panther on there. I'm not even gonna mention that shit. I was trying to keep calm.
Hey, he's a gorilla man.
I was trying to be calm. I was trying not to go there. I saw that first issue. I was like, why the fuck is there 8 in a fucking Black Panther book? Like, no. Fuck Groot.
Yeah.
Fuck Fat Iron Fist. Fuck Wasp. Fuck Kazar. Fucking. Can we go on next book?
Fuck this. Yeah, it's canceled. This book is canceled.
This
now,
book is
so-
canceled anyway. So listen.
Not canceled as in like the social media canceled. Like
Right.
we're canceling because we're PC and all that shit. No, Marvel canceled this book because no one
Right,
likes
because of low sales, because the book fucking sucked. That's why. Let's see.
Yeah, because this fucking you got the Indian guy wanting the cavalry to save his ass. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mockingbird is
Was raped, divorced Hawkeye, then dated her own rapist afterwards.
right, because
The House of Ideas, y'all.
the House of Ideas, right. Here comes the cavalry.
Here comes the cavalry. Yeah, to save the Indians.
Right.
To save the Indians.
This idea is gonna kill.
All right, Indians, we're taking you to boarding school.
See, Marvel, we're woke.
Yeah.
Check box. And move on. Oh shit! Fuck this book, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, next book. What do we got? Okay.
I'm done. I was
This
so
one-
mad I didn't even read Batman. That's how.
Triggered. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the last book we're going to do, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here, man. Because this is where is it? I can't find it. Okay, Empyre Fantastic Four #0.
Yeah, I so did not read this book.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, like I said, if anybody that read Avengers Empyre 0, the book ended with the largest army in the history of the universe coming to the moon to kill the Avengers, and the army was being led by the Fantastic Four. And you're like, what the fuck? How did this happen? So now we had the side issue of the event, the Fantastic Four Empyre, and guess what? It does not deal with that story at all. This is some other bullshit that has a completely different story that has nothing to do with Empyre. They just slap Empyre on it. So I should say fuck this book and just slap a 1 out of 5 on it, not. But I'm gonna go through it because here's the thing, Eli. It was actually a fun book.
Was it now?
It had nothing to do with the story we're talking about. So anyway, the story starts off with a character called the Profiteer. Now, the Profiteer is the sister of the Grandmaster. If you don't remember the Grandmaster is Jeff Goldblum from Thor Ragnarok. Anyway, so she's the sister Grandmaster, sister Collector, and her thing is she's a Profiteer. Now, the Grandmaster, and she's over this casino. Now, the casino is making her money, and what she does is that she reenacts Kree-Skrull War battles with the soldier on the Kree side, soldier on the Skrull side, and they just go in and just battle, stuff like that. Because what she wants to do, the Grandmaster, when he was over the casino, he wanted to just have good battles, just have good fights and stuff like that, because he loved competition. The Prophet don't care about none of that shit. All she care about is profits. So whatever gets this place money, that she do. So after these fighters fight, whatever injuries they get, she patches them up, send them right back out there and they fight again. Because let's fight as she save money. Meanwhile, the Fantastic Four doing the Fantastic Four in who gives a fuck? They're somewhere. They ran out of fuel. They're stuck there. They flag somebody down. The guy says and they're trying to pay him, to fix their flat or whatever the fuck they're doing. And he's like, "Oh, we don't accept money anymore. Like, we don't accept money." Nah. The collected credits that everybody uses, that it's gone now. It's no longer used. We use the barter system now. So like Ben Grimm is like, "Well, since you barter, well, let's make a trade. So what do we need to do?" He's like, "Okay, well, they got this fight going on at this casino over here. Since you use this world-class fighter, why don't you just go there, enter the fight, win, and pay me back?" You're like, "Okay, I'm Ben Grimm. Nobody can whoop my ass, not named the Hulk. So I'm gonna just enter this shit, win the fight." So in order to go, they go there, but they have to pay something in order to get into the fight. So remember the vibranium brace he had on when he whooped the Hulk's ass?
Okay.
So he left that on the whole time, as celebration. Like, this is the time I beat the Hulk's ass. I will never take this gauntlet off. Even though my arm is healed, I'm never going to let it go. But in order for them to enter the competition, they have to have something to give up in order to do this. So he gives them the vibe. And they say, if that's made of vibranium, we want it. So he gives it to them, but if they win the fight, he'll get it back. Anyway, Val and Franklin get on this adventure. Since they're in a casino, they go gambling, lose all the money, blah, blah, blah. You know what? This story wasn't as good as I thought it was. Anyway, they fight, they adopt some kids, they leave, and then the army shows up there at the end. Yeah, that's because I started out like, "No, you know what? This story really did good." It was more interesting when I read it, but it's just a typical Fantastic Four story written by Dan Slott. I'm pissed off because I thought, okay, why the fuck is the Fantastic Four leading the hugest army in the history of the universe, and this book doesn't even tell you? So the book is fucking pointless to begin with.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Marvel, House of Ideas. Oh shit. Yeah. Anyway, we're done with that. You got any more books? You booked out? Whatever.
No, I'm booked out.
Cool. All right. So if you listen this long, and I'm pretty sure all our commenters are gone. So, but anyway, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Eli has his podcast. He has a bunch. Eli, plug yourself.
Geek Savs, and then I do Riddle of Steel. We've been on took a little bit of a break. I know they were feeling under the weather, but Riddle of Steel is a podcast I do with Ogar from Get Valiant and Logos, and we talk about Conan the Barbarian. So
cool.
And that's all stuff I got. And then this one.
And this one, yeah. We got other podcasts too. We got I don't know what. I know Goldman got some shit.
Get Valiant, the Speaking Comics.
Oh yeah. Them. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'll need a list. I'll read it off next time.
Outright Geekery. We geek out.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of podcasts. We're going to branch out. We're going to do other stuff in podcasts. I'm trying to bring some new ideas, trying to brainstorm. Eli, I might even recruit you for this new idea I got going on. Yeah. It's going to be a big thing. I presented it. It's huge. I'm not going to announce it right now, but we'll announce it later on. Ending song, we're going to go out. Like I said, we don't give a shit about what Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are doing, but since it is a big thing, the song I'm doing is dedicated to them at the end. Next week we don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do more comics.
Please tell me it's Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble.
It's not gonna be a Will Smith song.
Oh,
not gonna be. Now you want to request a Will Smith song? What the fuck? Out of all the times I did it. Oh man. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully trouble. Oh, the master of clickbait. Yes, they are. Marvel is the master of clickbait comics.
Yes. Shout out to everybody who was listening.
Hello, it's Daddy. Hey, darling, put mommy on the phone. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie. Yeah, listen, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy.
I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. I left home, baby, to be with my side piece. I left home to be with my side piece. I guess I got it from my daddy because it's all in my jeans. See, I'm addicted to banana, and you know what I mean. They said a rat with a one hole is a poor rat, but I ain't willing on it all. I ain't going out like that. Now if you see my baby and she looking for me, tell her I'll be home shortly, but I ain't coming home till 3. Even though I'm wrong, she know I'm coming home. Soon as I hit the door, baby, she say Big Daddy's home. my side piece. My side piece. Baby.